Uh, holy crap, man. That was brutal, man. Brutal. That was so hard to watch. And not because the Canadians played terrible. Because, how do you end up losing that game 4-0? I don't get it, man. And the decisions from the coaching staff have been terrible today. Like terrible decisions. And I talked about it in my preview. I was just like, how are you making those decisions? It doesn't work. It was written in the sky that they were going to lose that game. Everybody that has a half-decent hockey mind, when they looked at the lineup this morning, you already knew it was going to be a loss. You already knew it was going to be a loss. Xhekaj, Hout, and Allen in the lineup, still having Joel Armia on the top 6 with Slafkovsky sitting on the 4th line. Everybody knew that this was going to be a loss. The Sharks are big and fast, just like the Sabres. And what happened last week when Xhekaj and Allen was when Xhekaj was out the lineup and Allen was in nets against the Sabres, they got flipped. They got flipped over. And what was the problem today again? Jake Allen, man. Jake Allen. Why are you even starting the guy? Like, there's no 2 games in 24 hours. There's no back-to-back. Simon Montembeault played the last 2 games. Played amazing. Won the 2 last games to the Canadians. The one against the Blue Jackets and the one against the Chicago Blackhawks. How can you end up with putting Jake Allen in net? How can you, you're thinking about it and it might be a good idea. Montembeault wins 2 games in a row. We haven't played in 4 days. Jake Allen's been struggling a lot. Why not play Jake Allen? Why not? Why not play Jake Allen? Might be a good idea. Montembeault is hot right now. Jake Allen is struggling. We're not playing tomorrow. We haven't played in 4 days. Why not put Allen? Oh. When a goalie is hot, you play that goalie. If there is 2 games in 24 hours, you play the goalie who's hot against a better team. But there were no 2 games in 24 hours. They're not playing tomorrow. So why was Jake Allen even in net? And again, first shot of the night goes in. It goes in. The Canadians were having the momentum. They started pretty well. And then all of a sudden, weak-ass shot from a wraparound. Jake Allen is slow as hell. He looks high. He looks like my 16-year-old self eating cookies after smoking weed all night. He looks like that, man. He's slow to see the puck. He's slow on the play, and on that movement, he was slow. He looked like Carey Price last year when he was playing with his knee injured. Maybe Jake Allen is injured. We don't know, but he's not good. He's not getting the wins. And again tonight, I've been saying it multiple times this month. What made the Canadians lose the game is that the other goaltender made the saves and that Jake Allen didn't make the saves. The 3 goals, maybe not the second one, but at least the first and the Couture one on the breakaway, those shots needs to be saved. And look at Kakkonen on the other side. Made amazing saves on Cole Caulfield all night. Made amazing saves on everybody all night. If there were breakaways, if there were scoring chance, Kakkonen was making the saves. But every time that the Sharks got a scoring chance, it went in. And that's not normal. And it was the same thing last week against the Sabres. It was the same thing the other night against the Flyers. Every time Jake Allen seems to be in net, they are struggling to get the puck out the net, to keep the puck out the net. And I think that the main problem is Jake Allen, because when Montembeault is not in net, we don't have those problems. So they're winning when Montembeault is there, and they're not when Allen is in net. And when they win when Allen is in net, they need to score 5 or 6 goals. How can you not figure there's a problem? Look at a game against the Flyers, 5-4. Every time Allen is in net and we get a win, they need to score 4 or more goals. When Montembeault is in net, look at this. They won like 3-1 against the Blue Jackets, and they won like 3-2 against the Blackhawks. Yeah, no need to be Einstein to see there's a problem, man. Jake Allen is struggling right now, and when there's no back-to-back, I'd rather see Montalvo in net. And if you lose, too bad. But like, bro, it was kind of obvious that this was going to happen. And for crying out loud, can we get our freaking power play specialist behind the bench? Man, Alex Burrows is still there running the power play. All right? I have nothing against Alex Burrows. I like the guy a lot. Was a good player, a heck of a hard worker. All my respect to Alex Burrows. But he ain't no power play specialist, all right? He ain't no power play specialist, all right? He ain't no power play specialist. And yeah, the power play was struggling last year. And there are the same problem this year. But who could have figured this out? It's the same guy running it. When there's problem with something and you're keeping the same guy who's been running the problems, who could have figured that the problems are still there? Like, come on. Get rid of Alex Burrows. Like I said, I have nothing but respect for Alex Burrows, but he ain't no power play specialist. We need a power play specialist behind the bench because that power play is not working. When you're not scoring in 7 power plays and you don't even get an A1 chance on those power plays. Well, Caulfield got some. Don't get me wrong. Doc Caulfield and Suzuki played decent. The Sharks are the best PK in the league. They played good as well. But for crying out loud, why is Matheson still at the point? The power play was doing decent. It was not good. It was not bad. But since Matheson came in the power play, they are 1-13. 1-13 since Matheson came back on the power play. It was doing well when Kirby Dach was playing at the blue line and Monahan in front of the net with all those guys. Like, it was doing good when there was 5 guys on the power play. I never thought I was going to say this, but I miss Mike Hoffman on the power play, man. I miss Mike Hoffman instead of Matheson. With Kirby Dach at the blue line, it was 100 times better. And I don't like what Matheson's been doing. On the 5-on-3, on the third period, you're already on the PK. I get that you're trying to come back, but kill the penalty, get the momentum, and come back after. Matheson decides to go coast to coast on the PK. Takes the dumbest shot off the defenseman. And after that, he gets beaten, trips the guy, and you end up on a 5-on-3. That's some poor decision making. That's some PWB decision making type of shit, all right? And Matheson's been doing that all the time. I get that he's good in transition. He skates well. But what's the point of having this in the lineup when the decision making is that bad? Like, I really don't get it. And for Kaden Goulet to be out of possession playing on the left, getting his highest time to 13, 14 minutes when he was doing that good, makes me sick to the stomach. I thought we were developing. Like, right now we're looking like, can't you saying that we're not trying to make the playoffs? We're just trying to develop young guys. We're trying to rebuild, blah, blah, blah. We're not looking at the leaderboard. But Martin St. Louis is coaching like he's trying to make the playoffs. Are we developing or are we not? We get guys like Jacky sitting in the stands. We get Goulet playing on the right when he's a left defenseman just because Matheson came back. We got Edmondson, who's been absolutely terrible also. Playing minutes. You're like, come on, man. Those are not the guys who are going to win Stanley Cups. And for the people saying, yeah, but we need to tank. We're 2 points from a playoff spot, all right? We're not going to get Connor Bedard. That's not going to happen. Stop dreaming over this. And I'd rather them be half competitive for half the season, but developing young guys, than them finishing dead last and getting Connor Bedard. That's not how a rebuild works. If you want to finish last all the years and try to rebuild, look at the Edmonton Oilers. They did that for 6 years, never won a cup. Same thing for the Sabres. Look at them now. They're not even making the playoffs right now either. And they're not capable of winning Stanley Cups. So we already have the proof that finishing dead last all the time doesn't bring anything. What brings good teams at the next level is development and scouting. Look at the Tampa Bay Lightning. They haven't finished last for like 15 years and they're still competing for a Stanley Cup. They just drafted the right guys and they developed them good. Look at Kucherov, one of the best players in the league. They drafted him in the second round and they developed him right. So stop rooting for the other team and the Canadians and rooting for the Canadians to lose because you're developing the young guys. And for that, you need to be in the right environment. If you're not in the right environment, if you keep on losing and losing and losing. So just put the veterans down the lineup, give all the ice time to young guys. And it was like that at the start of the season, and they were doing better than they are right now. Give Montembeault the net, put Goulet back to his main position, get Matheson off the power play, get Xhekaj in the lineup, put Slafkovsky on the top six, and I can guarantee you that everything is going to do perfectly fine. Slafkovsky, man, every time he's on the ice, he's a threat. He's playing with two defensive players. Well, Jake Evans was a defensive player, and Michael Pezzetta, who got like 3 scoring chances and couldn't even get a shot off the net, who's an AHLer. Like, come on. And you have Dadonov and Armia in front of him, playing all the good minutes, doing absolutely nothing. You have 3 points combined. Dadonov and Armia. Slafkovsky has 6 points. And he's behind him in the lineup. Come on. They played him at the end of the game with Monahan and Henderson, and it was their best presence all game. So I better see Slafkovsky on the top 6 with Matheson and Henderson next game. Because if I see that it's Armia again, I might lose my mind, all right? So, yeah. Need Xhekaj in. I need Goulet to play on the left. Play Edmondson on the right. He's been terrible anyways. So what's the point? Anyways. Let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below, but like, that was my opinion on what I saw tonight. So yeah, it's been your boy Tropical Habs. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll go eat some food to calm myself down, get the belly a bit bigger. It's been your boy Tropical Habs. Bye-bye, man. Have a good night. Get some sleep, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for brand new videos. Bye-bye.